So welcome back to DMS course. So in this video sessions, you will be looking into the concept of relations and functions. Basically, you will be studying about relations and functions. So this is under module 3 of this course, 18 CS 36. So hello everyone, I am Mrs. Archana Priyadashini, Assistant Professor in the Department of ISC, Canara Engineering College. So before starting over to relations and functions, one important concept that we must be aware of is the concept pertaining to Cartesian product. Okay, Cartesian product of sets. So what exactly is this Cartesian product? So let me give an example before defining something. So let's take a set A consisting of elements 1 to 3 and set B consisting of elements 2 and 3. Okay. So we can define the Cartesian product. It's nothing but the cross product or the product set of A and B as the ordered pair. Okay. It is the set of all the ordered pairs. See, we denote the ordered pair in this manner. So this is the set of all ordered pairs A comma B, where we can say A belongs to the first set and B is in the other set, or B belongs to the other set B. So this is nothing but your Cartesian product or the cross product. Okay, so this formula tells that it is a cross product or the Cartesian product. So let's take two examples here. How can we find out the cross product or the Cartesian product? So here A cross B will be the set of all ordered pairs where the first element belongs to the first set. So we can say the ordered pairs will be 1, 2, then 1, 3. Then we can have 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, and then 3, 3. Okay. So we can have an A cross B. So let's take this consists of M elements and the second set consists of N elements. So the cross product will have, so A cross B will have M into N elements. So how many elements were there in the first set? 3. In the second set there were 2 elements. So totally A cross B should contain 6 elements. So this is how we can verify. So A cross B is M into N. So we can find out there are 6 elements exactly. Right? So A cross B is nothing but M into N. So Cartesian product of two sets denoted by A cross B is a set of all ordered pairs A comma B, where A is in the first set and the second element pertains to the second set. And we also know that A cross B is not equivalent to B cross A. Why? So let's find out B cross A from this set. So what is B cross A? It can be written as 2, 1, right? Then 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3. So just to verify the pairs, A cross B we have 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3. But B cross A, what have we got? 2, 1. 2, 2 is common. and 2 3 is again there because 2 3 is common in both the pairs, both the sets, and 3 1 3 2 3 3 they are, you can observe, because 2 3 elements are common, and but the they are not actually, what we can say, they are not actually equivalent. So A cross B is not equivalent to B cross A, because we are taking, so it is okay for this particular set pairs, but if we take different elements it is different. Okay, so B cross A can be written as, once again, the ordered pair B comma A such that B belongs to, that is the first element belongs to the first set and the second element belongs to the second set. So this is how we can write. And if we have got A cross A, if we compute the cross product of A versus A, it is similar to having it is similar to taking the same element again, or it is in the form of A comma B, ordered pair A comma B, where A belongs to A and again B belongs to A itself, or A cross A is nothing but denoted by A square. Okay, so now let's move into some problems related to them. So what we can say from the, we have got some standard definition, that is, if we have A and B are finite sets and modulus A, that is the number of elements in A, is M and the number of elements in B is N. Okay, so A cross B is a finite set with the modulus of A cross B will be Mn. So this is the standard rule and we have also proved this rule. Next, if A and B are finite sets, so A cross B, right, A cross B is nothing but modulus of A into modulus of B. So let's take a particular problem. So let's assume, let's take a problem over here. The question is, you have to find the value of x and y, okay, in each of the cases. You have to find the value of x and y in each of the cases. In the first case, 2x comma x plus y, the ordered pair is given, which is 6 comma 1. So how can we find out the value of this x and y? So obviously the first should be from the first pair, right? So we can say that this happens only if 2x is equal to 6 and x plus y equals 1. Or we can say x equals, or we can say what? We can say x is equal to 3, right? When x is 3, y is minus 2. So thereby we have computed the values of x and y. So this is one such question. So in the next question you may be given as, so you may be given like this. So let A be the set 1 3 5, B be the set 2 and 3 and C be the set 4 6. So we have to write down what is a Cartesian product A cross B. We have to write down what is A cross B intersection B cross C, okay, and A intersection B cross C. So let us say we have to compute all these things. This is given, and the basic elements in each set is also given. Okay, let's compute the first one, that is, so we have to find out what is A cross B. So we now know the elements in each set, 1 3 5. So A cross B will be 1 2 1 3 3 2 3 3 5 2 and 5 3. So we will be writing this here. So A cross B is 1 2 1 3 3 2 3 3 5 2 and 5 3. Okay, so this is A cross B. So we have found out the answer to the first question. So in the next question we have to compute what is A cross B intersection B cross C. So we have already computed A cross B, we will see what is B cross C. So the cross product of B versus C is 2, the first element should be from the first set and the second element from the second set. 2, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4 and 3, 6. That is B cross C. So we will write it over here. So we will be getting 2, 4, 2, 6 and then it will be 3, 4 and 3, 6. So just 4 pairs. So we have to find out the intersection of A cross B and B cross C. So which elements, is there any element that is common? Is there any element that is common? So A cross B intersection B cross C, nothing, see no elements are common in both the cross products. So A cross B intersection B cross C is null, it's a null set. So coming to the third question, we have to compute A intersection B cross C. Okay, so we know A, that is 1, 3, 5, intersection B cross C. Intersection B cross C. So how we have to do this particular problem? So see, we find that if you want to find out the intersection of B and C, B cross C, okay, so directly we can infer that there is no element in common, because this is the pair of three elements, 1, 3, 5, and here we have got two pairs, pairs of 2. And we find no element that is common. So I can conclude that A intersection B cross C is null. Okay. So next you may be given a problem. So let's say the question says, suppose A, B, C is the subset of Z cross Z. So Z is set of integers, and with A the condition is given as the ordered pair x, y such that y equals 5x minus 1, okay, and B is the ordered pair x, y such that y is 6x, okay, and C is the ordered pair x, y such that 3x minus y is equal to minus 7. Okay, what we have to find out is, we have to find out what is A intersection B, what is A complement union C complement, the whole complement. Okay, so let's find out the first one. So what is A intersection B? So since each of them they are a pair, they are some of the ordered pairs, we can say that x, y belongs to A intersection B. So any ordered pair that we take belongs to this one. And this is nothing but it's logically equivalent to saying it as the ordered pair x, y belongs to A and the ordered pair x, y belongs to B, right? Intersection means it belongs to both of them. So this is logically equivalent to saying that if I say x, y belongs to A, obviously this condition is satisfied, that is y is equal to 5x minus 1. So we can write over here y equals 5x minus 1, and similarly if I say x, y belongs to B, this condition is satisfied. So y is equal to 6x. Okay, so we can get some values of x and y here. So we can equate them. 5x minus 1 is equal to 6x. Or we can say x is, so what is the value of x? X is equal to minus 1. So when we substitute x is equal to minus 1 over here in y, what we get? Y is equal to minus 6. Okay, so this is how we can derive what is A intersection B. So in the second question, you are supposed to find out A complement, right? A complement union C complement, the whole complement. So how do you find out? So we know that A complement union C complement. So you know De Morgan's law, it is the same. So A complement union C complement is nothing but A intersection C the whole complement, right? And given the question A complement union C complement the whole complement, it is what I can do, I can substitute this over here. So it will be A intersection C complement. Once again you have got complement, which is nothing but A intersection C. So or else we can take the ordered pair, whatever we have got here in the question, x comma y. It belongs to A intersection C. This is logically equivalent to saying that the ordered pair belongs to A as well as the ordered pair belongs to C, right? So once we know that the ordered pair belongs to A, we can substitute this condition, that is y is 5x minus 1, and similarly when we know that the ordered pair belongs to C, we can substitute this condition. So here I will be writing x comma y belongs to A means 5 is equal to 5x minus 1 and 3x minus y is equal to minus 7. So as per this condition. So now we can equivalently substitute, we can similarize them as, so this will be y which is nothing but 3x plus 7. Okay, overall we can say that x value will be, so you will get here, when you substitute you will get 8 is equal to 2x or x is equal to 4. X is equal to 4. So once you substitute x is equal to 4 in any one of these portions, so you will be getting some value of y, that is 19. So this is how you can compute A complement union C complement, the whole complement. Okay.